are just kicking off the 73rd St. Clair Shores Memorial Day Parade. And here come our finest right down the Harper Avenue right now. Before we get our motorcycles here, we want to welcome Amelia Kowalski to sing our national anthem as an appropriate beginning of this parade. Would everybody please stand so that Amelia is able to do that? She is 13 years old and a 7th grader at Jefferson Middle School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof in the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right.
Thank you, Amelia.
St. Clair Shores Fire Department. Fantastic equipment. The St. Clair Shores City Council always makes sure that not only the fire equipment, but the EMS equipment is completely up to professional standards. We know that if you've driven down Harper, not far from us right now is the beautiful new Central Fire Station, which was just dedicated last week. We thank the St. Clair Shores City Council and, of course, Chief Jamie Piper, who has been the chief for a number of years, and all of his hard work. But we mostly thank all the men and all the women of the St. Clair Shores Fire Department and EMS. When you don't need them, you might not think about them, but when you do need them, you're happy that they're there, and they will be there, and they will be there quickly. St. Clair Shores Fire Department.
Not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Now nothing seems as strange as when the leaves began to change. Oh, how we thought those days would never end. Sometimes I hear that song and I'll start to sing along and think, man, I'd love to see that girl again. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite songs, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long.
think that might be part of the fire department auxiliary. I'm not sure.
Mountains and we move.
The fire marshal vehicle. And then St. Clair Shores, of course, being a waterfront community. We have rescue vehicles for Lake St. Clair, all part of the fire department.
And it's the Pistons mascot, Hooper. We love our Pistons. So proud of them this year, too.
And the Piston Super is followed closely by Jamie driving White Lightning. We don't want to see any lightning today, Jamie, except White Lightning.
Well, this must be the Redford Township Unicycle Club. The 51st year that they are parading and performing throughout southeastern Michigan. And the club offers classes for beginning riders of all ages, and both national and for unicyclists in nearby areas. The members consist of children and parents and even grandparents. And this club has competed nationally and internationally and has a number of top competitors. All right, look at that. Woo! Redford Township Unicycle Club.
Wow, a juggler. Red, white, and blue bowling pins being juggled while riding a unicycle. Not something you see every day.
I believe our next entry is honoring the Tuskegee Airmen and the Detroit Red Tails and Detroit Black Pilots. Today, yesterday, and forever. The Tuskegee Airmen Detroit chapter featuring the Detroit Red Tail. Their mission is to continue to be the torchbearers of the legacy and of the famed Tuskegee Airmen. The Tuskegee Airmen were made up of mostly African Americans, and it was a segregated aviation unit of World War II in the U.S. Army Corps, and it's a precursor of the U.S. Air Force. They flew more than 15,000 individual sorties in Europe and in North Africa during World War II, and by the end of the war, the Tuskegee Airmen were recognized as one of the most disciplined and decorated aviation units ever. They were so admired as bomber escorts that they were specifically requested, and their impressive performance earned them more than 150 distinguished flying crosses. Tuskegee Airmen.
Deb, I think we've got a twofer here. Al Melfi on his motorcycle, St. Clair Shores real estate specialist and an amazing sales manager with Real Estate One, followed closely by bagpiper Terrence Bradley. As they say, nothing quite says I love you like bagpipe music. I believe we next have the St. Clair Shores Police Department Honor Guard. They were formed in 2011, comprised of 7 dedicated sworn police officers who take great pride in honoring their profession's proud traditions and the dedicated commitment it takes to serve and protect. They often provide funeral honors for officers who've been killed in the line of duty, as well as for officers who have honorably retired from the department.
And the St. Clair Shores Police Department Emergency Response Team. Our city has an authorized strength of 84 police officers, and the Emergency Response Team is a specialized group of 16 highly trained officers. And it's the St. Clair Shores Veteran of the Year, Vito Ramita. All right, Vito. Vito is a lifelong resident of St. Clair Shores, and he graduated from South Lake High School. Drafted at 18 years old, Vito spent most of his military career in combat in Vietnam, and for his bravery, he received the Bronze Star Medal for Heroic Achievement, an Army Commendation Award, as well as a Meritorious Achievement Award. And the award is given for outstanding sustained performance or specific high-impact contributions. He's accompanied by his 2 grandsons,
Followed
Donovan and little Vito. There they are. Go ahead.
Followed by the St. Clair Shores Military Family of the Year. The Summers family dedicated their lives to military service as well as family and community. We're delighted to honor Nick, an Army vet who was deployed on multiple overseas assignments, and his wife Jacqueline, who served in the Army National Guard throughout the country at several duty stations. Their 2 children, son Orrin and daughter Sheenley, were born while the family was stationed in Alaska at Fort Richardson.
And it's Brigadier General Douglas Slocum, being driven by Councilman Chris Vitale. U.S. Air Force Brigadier General Odie Slocum, former commander of the 127th Wing Selfridge Air National Guard.
What a beautiful car, 1951 to 1976, honoring St. Clair Shores' 75th anniversary as a city.
And it's the Detroit Clown Team, the Fire Department Clown Team. Almost 90 years of clowning, the oldest continuing operating clown team in America. And this clown team is made up of all active Detroit firefighters who volunteer their time and energy to provide laughs and smiles to the community year-round. They are supported by the Detroit Firemen's Fund that provides support for families of fallen firefighters. Woohoo! All right, Detroit Fire Department Clown Team, thanks for joining us again this year. We love you guys. I don't think so. I think this may be the beginning of the John Lind and the Arsenal of Democracy Museum entry. All vintage vehicles from Metro Detroit's premier military museum, and every year they're on display at the St. Clair Shores Memorial Day Parade to remind us where our country has been in its protection of freedoms. We're happy to see these fire trucks from neighboring communities.
James Township, the city of Centerline, the city of Utica Fire Department. Just take a moment and observe these beautifully restored vehicles, mostly from World War II.
and the Nonprofit Center at Perry. Sponsored by the Kiwanis. Check out these vehicles from the Detroit Arsenal of Democracy Museum. The museum is located in 3 different buildings in Detroit, and they house over 50 vehicles and trailers and priceless artifacts. And it also has a fantastic uniform collection.
They do, and the Arsenal of Democracy actually began its corporate life in the city of St. Clair Shores.
These are the vehicles of freedom. And we're
Looks fantastic, folks.
We have history rolling by here. We've got the Grand Marshal of our parade, Roger Fox. Let's give Roger Fox a standing ovation, crowd. Come on. Roger Fox is now 80 years old and a life member of the VFW Bruce Post. He was 22 years old when he was deployed to Mekong Delta in Vietnam and assigned to a boat company, River Rats, the most decorated boat from beginning to the end of the war. It was an incredibly dangerous assignment. As a buck sergeant, Roger Fox is proud to say he was responsible for 22 men in his platoon, and all of them went home safe. All of them.
Next, we've got United States Congressman John James, who is also a candidate for the governor of Michigan. He serves the Michigan's 10th congressional district since 2023. John James recently announced his candidacy for governor of the state of Michigan. He's a Michigan native who went on to graduate from West Point, the United States Military Academy, and has served 8 years in the Army in multiple tours of duty in Operation Iraqi Freedom as an Apache pilot. He attended Ranger School and became Ranger tabbed as a captain. He received his master's degree in supply chain management at Penn State's College of Business, as well as an MBA from the University of Michigan. Representative John James.
And following behind our congressman, we have Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido. Pete grew up in St. Clair Shores, so he's homegrown. And Pete says he used the values he learned right here to work towards a brighter tomorrow for all residents, families, and businesses of Macomb County. He's a former state rep and a Michigan senator where he served in leadership roles with distinction on many, many commissions and committees. He's also the founder of Macomb Now magazine. There he is, right. Pete Lucido. Woo, hey, Pete.
Former state rep and former state senator. I guess he can't keep a job, but I think he's in the right spot now. Right there, Pete Lucido. By the way, he's got a birthday party coming up, don't you, Pete? What's the date? The Pete Lucido fire truck. I think that the fire truck goes behind Pete Lucido to put all the fires out that Pete starts.
That's a good one, Bob. And we want to welcome the Scarefest military truck, sponsored by Scarefest Scream Park and its president owner, John Marino. This entry is showcasing the Scream Park, Metro Detroit's premier haunted house and hayride adventures, and they've been supporting the community since 2006. This is their 20th year. Looking pretty scary out there.
Very scary. Yeah. Next, we've got the Great Lakes Drum Corps alumni, sponsored by the Saginaw Youth Organization. They are a Michigan-based drum and bugle corps with membership of all ages from in and out of Michigan, including veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. They're wearing a white shoulder braid cord if they are a veteran, and many of them have been awarded medals for meritorious service. All those instruments are bugles. Later today, they'll be performing at the VFW Bruce Post.
And we want to welcome the Girl Scouts Troop 77676 with their honor guard, sponsored by the Girl Scouts of Southeastern Michigan. This is the multi-level Girl Scout troop out of Sterling Heights. Present today are several Girl Scouts of various ranks, led by the honor guard. And the troop says they're always looking for new recruits. And of course, must celebrate those Girl Scout cookies. Can never get enough Girl Scout cookies.
Frozen Thin Mints, those are the best. Next, we've got the Macomb County Sheriff's Explorers.
Well, we've got the sheriff's entries here. We always have great support from the Macomb County Sheriff in our parade.
We see their U.S. Coast Guard. Well, no, that's not the Coast Guard. Yes, it is the Coast Guard station. Maritime security. They perform search and rescue and law enforcement services of the branch of the U.S. Armed Forces. They're responsible for the safety of all maritime activity along Lake St. Clair.
And next we have the U.S. Border Patrol Detroit Station. Their mission is to strengthen the ability to detect and apprehend all unauthorized entries into the U.S., plus maintain situational awareness across all domains, and to deter future violations. They deny unlawful entries between the ports of entry, and they deliver effective law enforcement responses. Thank you, Border Patrol, for participating.
Great job, folks.
This is a really cool entry coming up, Bob. It's the United States Navy Submarine Veterans Wolverine Base. This marks 126 years for the U.S. Navy submarine service. And they have a float, a scale profile honoring the boat USS Scorpion, the last U.S. Navy submarine lost at sea on May 22nd, 1968, that had a crew of 99 aboard. It lies on a sandy beach of the Atlantic Ocean, a depth of 10,000 feet, about 400 miles southwest of the Azores. The boat and crew remain on eternal patrol.
We're happy to welcome them back. This actually is their 6th appearance in this parade. They were founded 10 years ago. The base has about 60 members, including vets from diesel subs to fast attacks to ballistic missile boats. They're part of a nationwide veterans group with over 160 bases, and their creed is to, quote, perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of duties while serving their country.
And we have the Civil Air Patrol Van Dyke Cadet Squadron. The Civil Air Patrol Color Guard proudly displays the nation's colors and its organizational colors, which represent their core values of integrity, volunteer service, excellence, and respect. I think we have some United States Navy representatives. Petty Officer Second Class Miles Peterson and Petty Officer 2nd Class Alusha Ajayi. How did I do on those names, guys? Thank you for your service.
Well, fun and high.
Hey, Charlie Langton,
Out there's a cornfield.
Fox 2 News.
Out in the back seat of the 60 Chevy.
A practicing lawyer for about 30 years, Charlie became a TV journalist and broadcaster some 20 years ago. He started out hosting a local cable show right for the Macomb Bar Association.
That's right.
And eventually added a Specs Howard degree to his resume, and now he's ended up as a Fox 2 legal analyst and commentator.
And look at
How
the
about that,
energy he's
Charlie?
still got after 2 miles. He might be on the couch tonight, but he's walking hard right now.
And I think he's supposed to be in that yellow car that's driven by Paul Smith, United States Air Force veteran, 1970 to 77, Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, and the Cold War.
I see Trudy.
All right. Well, we want to welcome Trudy Daniels and Doug Podell. And Fred Nahat from Detroit Public TV. All right, Paul Smith, you United States Air Force vet, Vietnam, Thailand, Laos. Thank you for your service. Is that Rich Luderman? All right, Chief Meteorologist, Fox News, Channel 2, making his 15th appearance in this parade. Thank you for having the rain hold off today, Rich. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, we like that.
Like that.
Actually, Rick was commissioned second lieutenant in the U.S. Air Force, served 4.5 years on active duty as a weather officer.
Well, looks like the Rat Patties. Hello, Rat Patties. All right, car heroes. And I think we must have the Aqua Monkeys here. A Detroit area alternative grunge rock band with strong roots in St. Clair Shores.
Being carried by the official towing truck, St. Clair Shores official towing company cleans up after the accidents and stores vehicles, does a great job for the city.
In 2020, the Aqua Monkeys helped launch the St. Clair Shores Porch Concerts, a free community music series created to bring neighbors together during the pandemic and continue supporting local musicians. We love having you here, guys. Thank you, Aqua Monkeys.
Grunge forever.
We have Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 9.
Chapter 9 is a part of the national membership organization committed to the advancement of all veterans and through them the well-being of America. This Detroit chapter has a strong concern for the community, and their efforts are primarily funneled into local vicinity Chapter 9 was a major contributor toward the establishment of the Veterans Memorial Park of Detroit, which honors all Detroit area veterans, past, present, and future.
And their float today celebrates America's 250th anniversary.
You know, I know many of you are old enough to remember that when the Vietnam veterans came back, when the war ended, that they were disrespected so often. And that disrespect has diminished and morphed itself into unbelievable respect for those who served for the United States of America. And we thank the Vietnam Veterans of America for participating in the parade
Let's
and
give
for
them
all
some
of their
applause.
service.
Thank you, vets. And of course, we've got the VFW Bruce Post, 1146, and their auxiliary. They're a dedicated community of volunteers. President Marissa Martinez, are you out there? All right. The Bruce Post Auxiliary happens to be the largest in the state, boasting over 700 members, and they're very impressive. Our Bruce Post, we love our Bruce Post. So many wonderful things ongoing. Dave Ellis, the former parade director, a man who's worn every leadership hat wherever he has served or volunteered as the past commander.
And may I say, I get there Sunday afternoon sometimes, and they put together some pretty good hamburgers.
The auxiliary is made up of people who share a deep respect for those who have served and a commitment to ensuring the sacrifices are never forgotten. This year is the Bruce Post's 92nd birthday. The Post was started in 1934, making it one of the oldest in the state of Michigan, serving veterans. And it's the largest post in Michigan, boasting over 1,500 members. How about that?
Next, we've got James Europe, VFW Post 2233, Color Guard and Auxiliary Unit. This post has been marching in this parade for well over a decade. Chief of Staff is Marshal Hawkins, who is the head organizer.
And we have the post surgeon leading the pack there, Tommy Payne. Now that's a good name for a doctor, Dr. Payne.
Dr. Payne.
How about that? Thank you, James. You're a VFW Post.
Oh, you're very bad people.
All right. I'm going to try to pronounce this now. The Federazione Abruzzese of Michigan. Italian veterans serving in the military. Okay, I've got a list of people that are probably walking here. Larry Rocca, U.S. Navy. Frank Sarayoco, Air Force. Joe Pecoraro, U.S. Navy. Daniela Del Greco, U.S. Navy. Tony Di Cesare, U.S. Army. Elio Bucciarelli, U.S. Navy. Frank DeLuca, U.S. Army. Vincenzo Del Villano, U.S. Navy. Dante Galucci, U.S. Army. Elio Ripari, U.S. Army. Americo Lopo, Air Force. Gaetano Lopo, Army. Armando Volpe, Army. And Mario Agostinelli. How about that?
Not
U.S.
bad, Deb.
Army.
Not bad.
It's the Michigan Veterans Foundation, a shelter for veterans providing a transitional housing facility and resource center.
Deb, while we have a little break, I mentioned those Thin Mints from the Girl Scouts, and they actually brought us a box
Oh my
of them.
gosh,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. And we have Blue Star's Mothers Chapter 180 here in Michigan, honoring Spencer Davis Rocco. And the Gold Star families as well of deceased soldier, Army Airborne Sergeant Nathaniel Baller. Gold Star mother, brother, family, and friends are walking in memory and in honor of their fallen heroes, Sergeant Nathaniel Ballo of the Elite Division of the Army Airborne 1st Special Forces Command, who gave his all on November 4th, 2022 in Okinawa.
And another walker today is here in honor of her son, another fallen hero, Specialist Spencer Davis Rocco, an Army Ranger, as we shared.
And this entry, Private First Class Christopher Soroka Memorial Vehicle. Christopher was assigned to the 91 Bravo Company, 115th Brigade Support Battalion, 1st Brigade Combat Team, 1st Cavalry Division. This was his car, which has now been wrapped to honor his ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedoms that we enjoy today. Christopher Soroka.
That right there is what this day is about.
Well, it must be the Honor Rosies and Rosettes. This group is the WOW, W-O-W Honor Rosies of the National American Rosie the Riveter Association, which is dedicated to the recognition and preservation of the history and legacy of working women during World War II. Now, I understand that some of them are actual descendants of the women known as Rosie the Riveters that worked in the building airplanes at the historic Willow Run bomber plant in Ypsilanti. And they carry banners to honor and continue their legacy and to promote patriotism. WOW stands for Women Ordnance Workers. Betty Kenward tells us that her grandmother was one, and today she hands out rocks in her honor. She says rocks come in all shapes and sizes and serves as a reminder of the legacy of tough, wonderful, and outstanding women who contributed in World War II.
Next, we've got coming down the road the Daughters of the American Revolution, Detroit chapter, Alexander Macomb chapter, Louisa St. Clair chapter, and the DAR of Michigan with State Regent Dawn Brady and with Greta Rebello, Regent of the Detroit chapter, who happens to be the wife of St. Clair Shores councilperson David Rebello. The DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution, was founded in 1890 to promote historic preservation, education, and patriotism across the U.S., and to honor their ancestors who served in the Revolutionary War from 1775 to 1783. All daughters have a proven bloodline to their patriot or ancestor. What a fantastic group.
The Daughters of the American Revolution is a lineage-based membership service organization for women who are directly descended from a person involved in the United States efforts toward independence 250 years ago.
250 years ago, and one cool fact is that Greta Rebello, Regent, happens to be the wife, as I indicated, of David Rebello, and she has actually served as the state chair of media and PR and in many leadership positions in the Detroit chapter. Thank you for your service.
And I believe we have the Michigan Society Sons of American Revolution. All members of this lineage-based historical preservation society are direct descendants of American Revolutionary War patriots. Leading members of the society in today's parade include Detroit Metro Chapter Color Guard and State Color Guard. And this organization was established in 1890 and currently boasts about 700 members who honor their patriot ancestors. And ladies and gentlemen, we want to introduce the Plymouth Fife and Drum Corps. Now in its 55th season and under the direction of Drum Major Spencer Gussler and Commander Gavin Meeks. They're a group of local students dedicated to preserving our nation's musical and military heritage. And they happen to be dressed in replicas of the Continental uniform of General George Washington's personal lifeguard. The Corps has performed all over the country, including at the Statue of Liberty, the White House, Mount Rushmore, Monticello, Independence Hall, Valley Forge, and Mount Vernon. Plymouth Fife and Drum Corps.
Followed closely behind is Cecilia DuPont in a 1916 touring Model T owned by Jeff and Lisa Watts. On September 11th, 2001, Ken and Susan DuPont of St. Clair Shores were at St. John Hospital in the middle of labor and delivery and expecting to have a little girl that morning when everyone received the news that a plane had crashed into the Twin Towers. Susan was crowning at the time and had to get the doctor's eyes off the TV so that she could deliver Cecilia Jean DuPont.
And there she is.
And there she is.
All right,
Wonderful.
we want to welcome the Fraternal Order of the Eagles, Erie 3619 in St. Clair Shores. They are proud to be celebrating their 52nd anniversary. They've been dedicated to their mission of people helping people. They do that by supporting numerous charities from the Goodfellows, Turning Point, Volunteers Assisting the Disabled, National Diabetes Association, just to name a few. And this marks the 4th year that the Eagles have adopted Bryce Park through their cleanup efforts. They're proud of the fact that within its membership, every branch of the military is represented, as well as police officer, firefighters, and EMTs. They offer a year-free membership to all first responders and active military. They are an international nonprofit organization uniting in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality. And they say they want to make human life better. They want to promote peace, prosperity, gladness, and hope. Those are the Eagles, celebrating 250 years.
And next we've got the St. Clair Shores Lions Club, entitled We Serve. The Lions Club International is the world's largest service organization. It's founded Leader Dogs for the Blind in 1939 when the first class of Leader Dogs graduated. The local Lions group identified people in their community who could benefit from Leader Dog services, offer assistance, and communicate information about the program.
All right, for the first time ever in the St. Clair Shores Memorial Day Parade, we have Detroit Blues Society Juke Joint Blues. They are celebrating 40 years of keeping the blues alive and honoring our veterans in the Metro Detroit area under the direction of Mary Segura. Want to get this joint jumping. Joint jumping. I can't get it. I think I'm running out of battery. All right, Juke Joint Blues.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us this year.
I'm not sure what the next group is, but I love their float, and they are wishing the city of St. Clair Shores a very, very happy 75th anniversary. The Girl Scouts, yes, the Girl Scouts.
Troop 78089.
1951 is when St. Clair Shores transitioned from being a village into being a city. And this year we celebrate 75 fantastic years of a fantastic community.
And these third grade girls from Rogers Elementary proudly present their float featuring the city's mascot. Thank you, Girl Scouts.
Next, we've got the St. Clair Shores Area Scouting America units, including Pack 1474 and their Cup Master, Christopher Bayer. These scouting units have been proudly serving the youth of our city and the surrounding communities for decades by providing a fun and safe environment for kids to learn new skills, build character, and make some great friends.
and Girl Scouts of Michigan, Troop 78455. I think their leader, Brittany Savali, is there, right? This troop is local homeschool-based troop supporting homeschool families through Girl Scout activities and focusing on friendship, leadership, and community service.
Deb, we've got some ladies coming up here, so I think maybe you ought to take this one.
I would love to. I believe this is the Miss St. Clair Shores Scholarship Program entry. So let's welcome Miss St. Clair Shores Janelle Reef and Miss St. Clair Shores teen Amelia Thiel. Janelle is a Lakeshore High School 2019 graduate, and she was class president, by the way. And Amelia Thiel is a graduating senior from Lakeview High School. Both young women represent the Miss St. Clair Shores Scholarship Program, the longest running Miss America preliminary in the state of Michigan. They will be representing us at the Miss Michigan and Miss Michigan Teen Pageant in June. They've worked so hard and been to so many of the city events this year. We wish them the best of luck, and we want to say hi to your executive director, Liz Munger.
And look who's following right behind. We've got a special parade committee entry this year of all 50 state flags celebrating the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Our parade committee proudly presents the 50 state flags of the United States of America. And next we've got the mayor and city council of the beautiful city of St. Clair Shores. I'm gonna take a stab at it that we've got councilperson Candace Rusi and Brad, but I think we've probably got Cassandra and a future mayor of the city of St. Clair Shores, Logan. We've got John Karen. I think John is here. We've got Mayor Kip Walby and his wife Michelle, Dave Rabello, and Greta. I don't know about Greta. Chris Vitale was here before. I don't know about Heather, but Linda Birches and Rick, Ron, and Dar. I don't know if Dar is here either. Oh, yes, she's up front. She's up front. This is your fantastic city council that makes the decisions that makes this kind of a parade possible. John Caron's running up. Whoa! All right. He's been wanting to throw stuff at me for a long time. He got a chance to do it.
At least it's just Tootsie Rolls,
Just
Bob.
candy. And there's Rick. Mayor, we love your shirt. Looks fantastic. Michelle, how are your feet? Everything's going okay? Great. St. Clair Shores City Council.
And welcome to the Lakeshore Presbyterian Church Band. Located at 11 Mile in Jefferson, a caring, growing, and serving church. And we have to welcome our Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist II. A dedicated leader and advocate for Michigan, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist is committed to building a brighter future for all. As he joins in this cherished tradition, let's celebrate his efforts to uplift communities, drive innovation, and make Michigan a place where everyone can thrive. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist.
Running for the Michigan Secretary of State position as well. Next, we've got State Senator Kevin Hertel. Senator Hertel has I think it's a distinct pleasure of representing the city of St. Clair Shores and communities across the shoreline of Lake St. Clair from Grosse Pointe all the way to Harson's Island. Knowing the importance of community service and working together to get things done, Kevin has put these values and lessons into action while in Lansing, where he has championed policies to cut taxes for senior and working families, protect Lake St. Clair, and keep Michigan communities safe, and even more. And may I say, there have been times when I myself have called upon Senator Hertel, and he has been extremely helpful in sometimes cutting through that red tape that can be so difficult. Kevin Hertel.
All right, we want to welcome State Representative Alicia St. Germain in that beautiful golf cart, decorated in red, white, and blue. Representative St. Germain represents the 67th District, which includes St. Clair Shores, Harrison Township, Clinton Township, Fraser, Chesterfield, and Roseville. Welcome to the parade.
And she is followed closely by State Rep My Song. She represents House District number 13, and she is the first Hmong American to serve in the Michigan legislature. And may I say, we have seen her as a relatively consistent presence at St. Clair Shores council meetings because she obviously cares about what goes on in the city of St. Clair Shores. Thank you. And here comes Mark Hackle, our Macomb County Executive. Our County Executive, Mark Hackle, is proud to be joining us today leading the award-winning Make Macomb Your Home team that has helped raise the profile of Macomb County. Under Mark's leadership, Macomb County continues to grow as a place where families, businesses, and communities thrive. Mark and the team are dedicated to honoring, remembering those who have made the ultimate sacrifice serving our country. All right, Mark, you ready?
Woohoo! Now that's a St. Clair Shores parade tradition,
All
if there
right.
ever was
I
one.
think that's 10 in a row.
I want to tell you a little interesting fact about Mark. He was born and raised in Macomb County, a proud graduate of Warren Consolidated Schools, and he never missed a day of classes. How about that? That's a big deal. And here comes Macomb County Treasurer Larry Rocca. He's been the treasurer since 2016, and he's a proud combat veteran of the U.S. Navy. He's committed to improving customer service for all county residences and businesses. That's our Macomb County Treasurer.
And I know he works hard to make sure there's money in the checking account to pay the bills of Macomb County, but he also works hard to make sure that those who have financial difficulties have an out to work with the county to make the best of what could sometimes be a very difficult situation, and we appreciate that. Macomb County Treasurer Larry Rocca.
And we want to welcome Anthony Ferlini, Macomb County Clerk. Elected in 2020 and re-elected in 2024 as Macomb County Clerk, Anthony Ferlini grew up in St. Clair Shores, and he's represented this community as a state rep, and now he's your county clerk. I believe he's also running for Secretary of State. And he asks us all to reflect upon the services made by those who proudly served our country in order for us to have the freedoms we are privileged to enjoy today. That's Macomb County Clerk Anthony Ferlini.
Next, we've got, I think, both Barb Zinner and Sarah Lucido, both Macomb County Commissioners, representing their respective districts. And Barb Zinner, of course, she also is a frequent visitor of the St. Clair Shores City Council meetings because she has shown great concern about our city and making sure that whatever she can do to help the city, she does. So Sarah Lucido and Barb Zinner, thank you very much for your service to the County of Macomb and your particular districts.
And we have the Democratic Clubs of Macomb County. They're established in Clinton Township, Fraser, Roseville, East Point, North Macomb, St. Clair Shores, Warren, Sterling Heights. the 9th Congressional District, the 10th Congressional District, and the official Democratic Black Caucus of Macomb County, Democratic clubs of our county.
What a beautiful car. Look at that.
Hello to the Genesis Collision Center. Have you ever been in an accident? Well, stop by and check out the Genesis Collision Center in St. Clair Shores, located near 9 Mile and 94, where they work on all makes and models and partner with insurance companies to make the repair process as smooth as possible. Yes, there's that little beagle on a float. That's apparently this is sweet little Marciano, a deaf beagle, owned by Catherine Bunch. Marciano is a parade junkie, attending and starring in many parades because he's so popular.
All right, we've got Jody Thompson, the director of the Lakeview High School Marching Band. They just returned from an epic week in Orlando, Florida, where they performed down Main Street, USA at Disney's Magic Kingdom. They also compete each year at scholastic band competitions and have received many first place trophies for best marching, best color guard, and best percussion, and they love performing for this parade. Go Huskies!
Lakeview High School Marching Band.
Well, coming up close behind, we got the St. Clair Shores Senior Activity Center in the school bus, serving adults 50 years of age and older. The Senior Center offers a variety of activities and seminars for all of its members and provides a warm and welcoming atmosphere. They have a fitness center and have offered programs such as yoga, Zumba, line dancing, silver sneakers, and interval circuit exercises. They also offer a variety of trips and have smart van transportation for SCS disabled seniors throughout the city. And I'll tell you, over the past several years, the Senior Center has just continued to increase the quality of its facility, the kinds of programs that they put on, the facility itself. The parking is fantastic. They've just got stellar directors. So the St. Clair Shores Senior Center does it all.
All right, and we'd like to welcome the Time Together Adult Daycare, a veterans organization. This is a program dedicated to supporting adults age 18 and above who face health challenges and also substance abuse issues. Their primary objective is to create a remarkable experience for every individual served. They promote community integration programs and education and strive to reduce hospitalizations and incarceration rates.
And then St. Isaac Joe's Catholic Parish and School, established in 1954, and they pride themselves on faith, joyful family, and lifelong education, where Christ is the teacher. It's a Catholic parish and school for 3- and 4-year-old early childhood development and kindergarten through the 8th grade. St. Isaac Jogues, they do so much for the city too, and they have a fantastic fish fry.
And it looks like they've got some state chess champions. All right. Gotta be a brainiac to be a chess champion. And it's Living Hope Church, located on Harper Avenue in St. Clair Shores. Living Hope Church is an evangelical Presbyterian church with Sunday services at 10:30 a.m. at the Harbor.
And then Assumption Greek Orthodox Church and Greek Fest 2026, located on Martyr Road. Everybody is invited to the Greek Fest 2026 on the church grounds right on Martyr Road in St. Clair Shores from August 21st through August 23rd. You'll love it. It's a celebration of Greek food, taverna, kids rides, music, and traditional dancing. The church congratulates the city of St. Clair Shores and its residents on their 75th anniversary. What a great fest they have every year. And if you, my recommendation is go there hungry because there's plenty of good food.
All right, and it's the Route 66 Centennial, the Legacy Run. This 1973 Chrysler New Yorker once belonged to Finnish Chrysler enthusiast Hans Granberg. Markku Jaakkola. I'm a Finnish girl, that's how come I can say that. And Jacob Gilbert will be taking a 3,000-mile road trip in this vehicle in early August, driving on Route 66 to LA to celebrate America's 250th. It's a St. Clair Shores Figure Skating Club. They skate out of the Civic Arena, which is a pretty famous venue in the skating world. And every year the club has a spring performance which features lots of talented and joyful skaters, and I think even some up-and-coming Olympians.
And of course, Hockeytown USA welcomes the SCS Civic Arena St. Clair Shores Hockey Association skating out of the Civic Arena. The association has a long history of competitive success in the hockey world, which has made this community over the years very, very proud. Just naming a few, 12 and under girls won the International Silver Sticks in Sarnia. The 12 Red took down Buffalo in a second overtime. And we've got a 2012 White Grinder Crossbar champs. So many fantastic games that resulted in victories for the St. Clair Shores Hockey Club.
Well, it's Dance Expressions Dance Studio. This studio has been in St. Clair Shores for more than 25 years, offering classes to beginners, to pre-professionals, in ballet, point, jazz, tap, hip-hop, lyrical, contemporary, palm and tumbling, music and movement, and even all-boys hip-hop. They even have preschool and kinder classes that involve singing and dancing and creative expression. And there they are, the Dance Expression Dancers. And welcome to the Motor City Mitten. This is a St. Clair Shores-based nonprofit charity dedicated to fighting homelessness throughout Metro Detroit. They serve individuals and families through street outreach, emergency shelter coordination, housing support, and community engagement. They work 365 days a year, often hitting the streets with these two vans, providing compassionate care, essential resources, and hope to vulnerable residents. They live its trademark slogan, "It's easy to be kind." Motor City Mitten Mission.
Next, we want to welcome the First State Bank float. First State Bank is proud to be rooted in Macomb County, celebrating 109 years. Having first opened its doors here in 1917, they now have 11 branches, still locally owned and operated. They strive to retain that small-town personalized customer care while offering exceptional products and convenience. And I will say, they happen to be my bank, and if you want a private personal attention where you're not just a number, First State Bank is the place to go. And they, over the years, have contributed and helped the city of St. Clair Shores, volunteering people, contributing money to help various events, including the fireworks every year, the First State Bank.
And welcome to the National Cherry Queen, Ainsley Hewitt. She is the daughter of Kip and Mitzi Hewitt of Traverse City and a 2023 graduate of Traverse City West Senior High School. She's presently a junior at Adrian College, majoring in exercise science and pre-professional health studies with a minor in, biochemistry, something simple.
Ouch.
She's incredibly honored and excited to represent her Northern Michigan community, especially its vibrant cherry industry and the beloved Cherry Festival.
And here comes some more Shoreans. Lakeshore High School Marching Band under the direction of Greg Alter Jr. The 25-26 year has been a very successful one for the band, including overall First Division superior ratings at the MSBOA District Number 16 Marching Band Festival and Division II excellent ratings at Band Orchestra Festival. The school jazz ensemble earned a straight First Division superior rating at the MSBOA State Jazz Festival for the first time since 2019. Congratulations, Lakeshore Marching Band, and welcome to the parade again this year. Next, we want to welcome the St. Clair Shores Optimists, and quite frankly, I had a phone call for about 8 or 10 of them this morning. They said they were very pessimistic about the weather today, and I thought, well, for the Optimists, that doesn't sound right. Just kidding. We welcome the Optimists. They work every day to make the future brighter by bringing out the best in kids, in communities, and in their members. St. Clair Shores Optimists.
And we want to also welcome the Lakers Aquatic Club. This club offers training and practice groups for swimmers of all ages and ability levels, including parent-taught lessons at Lakeshore High School. Such an important thing to make sure your kids know how to swim.
And next, the St. Clair Shores Sea Serpent Swim Team. Along with their float and their banner, the Serpent Swim Team is a competitive summer youth swim team operating out of the pool right there at St. Clair Park, Loch St. Clair Park. The team consists of city residents and it focuses primarily on fun and swim skill development. The Sea Serpents, thanks for being in the parade.
And it's a pool party brought to you by Stan Yee's Collision in East Point. Stan Yee has been in operation for at least 65 years, providing full-service collision and mechanical repairs for all makes and models. But everybody likes a good party for the official kickoff of summer this weekend. So Stan Yee is getting you started.
All right, next are the St. Clair Shores Players Community Theater Group. They are a nonprofit civic organization made up of volunteers interested in promoting the theater arts. Their annual goal is to stage quality theatrical productions to foster community interest, knowledge, and appreciation of live theater. And this year, Councilman Dave Ribello and Councilperson Candace Rossi had parts in the play, did a great job. And director Scott Smith, Councilman Ribello, said it was the most terrifying moment of his life.
Well, it's a good thing he's not dancing right here because we might be terrified. This is Mary Ellen's Studio of Dance, an annual parade participant. The studio is located in St. Clair Shores and is a family-friendly dance studio that offers the highest quality instruction for all levels of dance training in all ages, even starting at 2.5 years old. And you can see them perform all over the city in our events. It's Mary Ellen Studio of Dance.
Right behind is Trader Todd's Marina and its family of businesses. Cruising down the mile in true summer style, it's Trader Todd's Marine Merry Band and trolley full of pirates with Gator Todd escorted by their classic van. Marine family businesses, from boating and yacht service to waterfront dining, unforgettable event spaces and paddleboard adventures from sunrise to sunset. This crew brings serious energy and eco-conscious passion to the nautical mile. Trader Todd's Marina. Yeah, look at that hydroplane. Miss Budweiser won most of the races in the Detroit River in years past.
It's the Michigan Fantasy Festival. You can get your tickets online and enjoy all kinds of things, from face painting to merchants to live interactive characters. I believe it's going to be on the grounds of the VFW post, right? Oh, yes. Michigan Fantasy Festival.
Next, we've got the Shorewood Kiwanis Club of St. Clair Shores. The Kiwanians are an eclectic mix of ages, occupations, backgrounds, and interests, and genders, and they're volunteers who are passionate about making our community and the world a better place. Their motto is, improving the world, one child, one community at a time. At this time, they're promoting their 2026 Harper Charity Cruise. This year, it's going to be on August 30th, which is being extended this year all the way to 12 Mile Road. And might I say that Kiwanis is a fantastic service group, but St. Clair Shores is blessed to have so many fantastic service groups that do so much for the city and the people of St. Clair Shores and surrounding area. But we salute the Kiwanis Shorewood Club. Thank you for being in the parade.
Well, we have to welcome the Romeo Peach Queen. This is the newly crowned Romeo Peach Queen, Eden Iacin. She's an 18-year-old resident of Washington, Michigan, and she will represent the community at the 95th anniversary Romeo Peach Festival that runs over Labor Day weekend. It's the Romeo Peach Queen and the Romeo Peach Festival. One of our favorite events.
Next, we've got the Lakeview Community Theater Guild. A lot of walkers this year. The Theater Guild is back in the parade and riding high after 3 sold-out performances of Mary Poppin. Don't miss them this summer for Spam-A-Lot and next spring for Hairspray. You know, let me just say, they all look like they're having a great time, but maybe they're just acting. Next, we've got the South Lake High School Marching Band. They call themselves the Marching Cavaliers under the direction of Dr. Christopher Cook. This year's head drum major is Ava Tanskley and band captain is Caleb Kendrick. The band has performed at the Chippewa Valley High School band competition, receiving first place in their class. They've also performed at the Michigan State Capitol in Lansing and the Michigan Schools Band and Orchestra Festival.
truck they call Bam Bam. Michigan Barbecue makes it their mission to provide great food and great service to their team, their customers, their community, and their country. And they are dedicated to giving back to our police, our veterans, our firefighters, and first responders who make our community a better place to live. They do so with a lot of fundraisers and service projects.
And walking right behind them are the Academy of Dreams. The Academy of Dreams is a skill-building program for special needs adults in Macomb and Wayne counties, and this marks their 10th anniversary. Congratulations to the Academy of Dreams.
All right, approaching the reviewing stand, we have a popular group, the Lac St. Clair Little League. The best baseball and softball organizations in the Shores, they say, for over 25 years. And this club has provided the youth of St. Clair Shores and neighboring communities with the opportunity to play baseball and softball for more than 2 decades, thanks to strong support from the city of St. Clair Shores and community leaders and dedicated volunteer coaches. The players develop meaningful life skills, including a strong work ethic, teamwork, and most importantly, sportsmanship. All the while enjoying America's greatest pastime, the game of baseball, right?
Deb, we got some more ladies coming. I think you better handle this one.
Well, this must be Miss Richmond 2026 and her court. The annual Richmond Area Good Old Days Festival proudly presents 2026 Miss Richmond, Ellie Green. Is that Ellie? There's Ellie. All right. And her court members, well, we have one court member. It's either Abby Bergion or Lily Schaefer, right? The festival is the highlight of the end of the summer and is known for its wide variety of events throughout its 4 days, voted Michigan's best small-town festival. How about that?
And next we've got Time Warp Live and Time Warp Vintage, located on Harper, north of 13. They're a vibrant and unique destination where guests can discover a constantly refreshed selection of unique vintage items. They invite customers to engage with their live broadcasts Tuesdays, 6:30 p.m. on social media, showcasing new arrivals and interesting finds.
All right, and it's the Arts Academy in the Woods Dance Department. This is a tuition-free fine and performing arts school for grades 6 through 12. This is some of their dance department. This December, the dancers will be performing at Walt Disney World. How about that?
And then we have the Youth Soccer League, St. Clair Shores Youth Soccer League. They cater to players of all skill levels, age 3.5 to 14. They're here today with some of their coaches, their players, their parents. They prioritize not only skill development, but also important values like teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship. Can't beat those. They foster a supportive environment where the children can learn, compete, and forge lifelong friendships while experiencing the joy of soccer.
And we'd like to welcome Miss Armada and her court. Miss Armada 2026 is Addison Smith, and her court members are Hannah Mathis and Ariana Silmianos. They invite you to attend the 154th Annual Armada Fair held from August 17th through the 23rd, and they've got great events. They include monster trucks, a demolition derby, figure eight, bump and run, rodeo, truck and tractor pulls, kids activities, and so much more. Miss Armada and her court.
The Armada Fair is a family tradition in our family. We love those figure eights and we love the snow cones. And how can you resist the swine barn? Next, we've got one fantastic looking vehicle from Official Towing. As we said before, Official Towing is St. Clair Shores, I guess we say official tow service. They clean up accidents, they tow vehicles, they keep vehicles in their yard, and the police department works very closely with them. They do a fantastic job. Official Towing.
Well, it's got to be the St. Clair Shores Green Hornets Youth Football and Cheer. The Green Hornet organization had its beginnings in the 1950s, more than 75 years ago, and to this day, they continue a proud history of providing a safe and fun environment for all kids ages 5 to 13 to participate in the sports of football and cheerleading. They work to instill lifelong values like good citizenship, sportsman, dedication, commitment, and they love being part of this community. St. Clair Shores Green Hornets.
All right, next we've got the Cowbell Choir. You know, they look good and they sound good, but I think we need more cowbell. I don't see him, but it is possible that Will Ferrell is in there somewhere. What's a Memorial Day parade if you don't have cowbell?
And we love the Orbitsons. It's the Orbisons, a local old country group in St. Clair Shores, established in 1999 and made up of local music legends. The Orbisons.
Next, we've got the PKSA Karate. This karate school, located on Harper, is dedicated to building strong minds, confident leaders, and respectful individuals through the art of Tung Soo Do. They teach students of all ages the value of discipline, perseverance, and self-control, both on and off the mat. PKSA Karate.
And we have Ghostbusters Detroit. A familiar entry. Ghostbusters Detroit's primary focus is community outreach, and they assist and help raise awareness to many charitable organizations.
Yeah, my suggestion is that the mayor come up here and get out of the street. Ghostbusters is coming.
The If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call?
You're going to call Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
He might have lost a few votes there, I don't know.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
Well, it's just our luck. The St. Clair Shores Horseshoe Club is here. Established in 1991, they consist of city, state, and world champions sanctioned by the National Horseshoe Pitchers Association. They have 80-plus members, and it's their fourth year in the parade. The club donates to several charities, including St. Jude's, with over $10,000 raised. Their club mascot is Woody, and they're located behind Kiteman Row. Check them out.
Here's their float coming up, Bob. Kind of looks like you.
I do see the resemblance.
I just don't want to be riding in the cars behind it.
No, well, he's a dead ringer.
All right, it's Call Funeral Homes. Call has 3 funeral homes, one here in St. Clair Shores, another in Roseville and Clinton Township, and they have proudly been serving these communities since 1927. with heartfelt compassion, trusted professional care, and the utmost dignity at every step of the way.
I'd like to say who you're going to call, but I won't.
Well, does that pink flamingo belong to Greater Chiropractic in downtown St. Clair Shores? 9 Mac Association? I think it does. It's Casale School of Dance with the Casale Holiday Dancers celebrating over 45 years of teaching dance excellence in St. Clair Shores. Under the direction of Anna Casale, the school accepts students from 2.5 years old through adult ages. The holiday dancers have performed throughout the Tri-County area, including the Christmas tree lighting, Tunnel of Lights, the June Fest. They've even performed at Little Caesars Arena during Red Wing and Pistons games, and have performed at the historic Redford Theater Beacon Park and in many senior living residences. That's the Casale School of Dance.
You know, Deb, I think most people enjoy pizza, and if you enjoy that slice of life, we want to welcome Domino's Pizza and 2 of their vehicles.
I want to know if they're making a delivery to the reviewing stand.
Yeah, we wish they would, but Domino's Pizza, I don't know how many locations they have in St. Clair Shores, but we welcome them to our parade this year. Domino's Pizza.
All right, it's the Monzo Group of Keller Williams. This Memorial Day, the Monzo Group is honored to celebrate our community and remember the heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. As Michigan's #1 real estate group in sold transactions, they're rooted right here in St. Clair Shores. They want to tell you buy or sell residential or commercial property with the Monzo Group.
Next, we have the Red Baron Enterprises, a longtime St. Clair Shores business. I believe that it's their headquarters located on 9 Mile Road, just east of I-94. They are a second-generation, family-owned handyman and construction business serving southeast Michigan. If you're considering having something done on the outside of your house or the inside of your house, Red Baron Enterprises can handle most anything. Located right here in St. Clair Shores.
And let's give a big welcome to the Harper Woods High School Mighty Marching Pioneers. On behalf of the Harper Woods School District, under the leadership of Superintendent Stephen McGee, Principal Dr. Trayvon Harlan, Director of Bands Misty Sharp, and Assistant Band Director George Mathis, we welcome the Mighty Marching Pioneers. It's the Mighty Marching Pioneers from Harper Woods.
Followed by the Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, located right here in Little Mac in St. Clair Shores. This credit union is dedicated to providing a range of services to address all of your financial needs.
And they get to dance all the way through the parade. All right, Team Rehabilitation Physical Therapy, I'd like to extend a personal thank you for all you did after my knee replacement. Yoo-hoo!
Next, we want to welcome My Virtual Academy. They provide a virtual learning opportunity for students in kindergarten through 12th grade up to 22 years of age. They help kids get a high school diploma. They also get $500 scholarships after graduation. The program is free, and if you qualify, you'll receive equipment and access to the internet if needed. So if you don't have one, it's time to get your high school diploma. Call the Virtual Academy.
All right, here comes Mosquito Joe. He's here to protect you and your family from pesky mosquitoes. They're coming up soon. They want to keep the outside fun for everybody.
Next is Beaven Property Management. They're a family-owned company serving Macomb, Oakland, and Wayne counties. They offer personal and professional services to meet you buying, selling, and renting needs. They handle all your property needs from rehab to rental. And they want to thank Christy Heidler for her service in the military. Fantastic.
All right, tell me again. The Shadow, the champions.
And next we've got Sinister Jeeps.
And Jeepers Anonymous and Midwest Jeep Junkies all together.
These three clubs, Sinister Jeeps, Jeepers Anonymous, and Michigan, are Midwest Jeep Junkies. They come together several times a year to support community events, and they're proud to honor our veterans who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Welcome to the parade. Your cars look fantastic. Wow, and there's a lot of them.
This makes me want to buy a Jeep.
Me too, they look so good.
Look, a lot of fun. All right, it is the American Polish Century Club of Sterling Heights. Established in 1961, this club is a social, fraternal, and cultural organization, and its purpose is to preserve the Polish culture and promote unity among people of Polish descent. And did you know that the Poles are the second largest ethnic group in Michigan, and their current population is concentrated in Macomb County? How about that? Today they honor our fallen soldiers and celebrate America's 250 years. And the Century Club's 65 years. And we have the 2026 Queen, Camilla Macheski, and the 2026 Princess, Marissa Herensky. And the Polish Festival's coming up real quick, June 26, 27, and 28.
You got it, you're right.
All right.
Detroit Area Musicians and Entertainers Association, Demamia. I think it's the first year in the parade, right? 10th year in the parade, that's what I said.
And I love the music you're playing. This is great stuff.
Next, we've got a float commemorating the Edmund Fitzgerald. We know the Edmund Fitzgerald sank in Lake Superior, one of the nation's most talked about and sung about Great Lakes tragedies. And they're honoring our fallen veterans this year with the float of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Welcome.
All right, and it's the Italian American Cultural Society, and it looks like they have their soccer league here. Bringing lots of spirit at the end of the parade. We love that. And the best part is there was no rain. You're all dry. Isn't that awesome?
And it looks like these kids still have a lot of energy, do you?
How about that? You're the grand finale. We thank you so much for joining us. I understand you were 60,000 strong today. today along the parade route. Thank you for celebrating. Thank you for honoring and respecting our fallen heroes. God bless this community, and God bless the United States of America.